1.82 xG, 71% ball possession, 27 goal attempts, 10 shots on target. The opposing team 0.27 xG, 2 goal attempts, 1 shot on target. The away team wins 1-0. Sometimes football is not fair. Football can be a very cruel sport, and that is today the demise of PSG fans. Because, wow, that was a scam by Liverpool in Paris today. They somehow overcome a horrific and horrendous performance. And yet 1-0, they win away. You cannot, you had to just watch the game and understand. Okay, you just see the stats, but you actually watch the game and you're like, how did PSG lose it? Well, we're going to talk about that game. And we're also going to talk about Bayern Munich 3-0 over Leverkusen. They destroyed them. They end the winless streak against Leverkusen, which was 6 games in a row. Harry Kane scoring 2 goals. A magnificent performance from Bayern Munich. That is a performance that we saw in the 2010s from Bayern Munich in the Champions League against the big teams in Europe. Great performance by them. We're going to talk about both games. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, people. Who was your MVP of the match? Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. We're going to first start off with PSG Liverpool. I have no clue how Liverpool won that game. I'm going to be deadly honest. If you're a PSG fan, you must be irate right now. You have to be irate because you actually played so well. Like every team and everything I was talking about heading into this tie, I was like, yeah, I'm scared. And we saw that in the first half with just the ball movement, the speed, just the directness that this PSG team were playing at. And they had multiple opportunities, whether it was Dembele to Kvara. They were creating enough opportunities. But the one thing PSG lack a lot in this Champions League season, even though it's not been the case for the last couple of games in the Champions League when they destroyed Brest, Man City, and Red Bull Salzburg. If you remember the early parts of this season, they couldn't convert their chances against PSV, couldn't convert their chances against Atletico, needed an own goal against Girona. And all of those sort of demons from those early games came back to PSG in this matchup because they should have won. If we're being realistic, people, and this is coming from a Liverpool fan, you see that hat right there? This should have been 3-0 PSG. It should have been. If the football gods were fair on PSG tonight, it should have been 3-0. Boop, there you go. But Alisson Becker, that might be his best performance for Liverpool. It has to be because you look at the performance, I think it was Napoli 2018-2019 when he made that ridiculous last-minute save, actually on Fabian Ruiz as well. Or was it Milik? It might have been Milik. That was like a highlight moment for Alisson, or scoring the goal, of course, against West Brom. But this performance, Liverpool fans will talk about when it comes to Alisson just being that sort of best goalkeeper in the club's history. Like, you have to go to that rate, not after just this performance, but all of his career with Liverpool. Alisson has just been such a savior, and today making some excellent saves and just reading the game so well. Alisson, who some people were criticizing, like, oh my God, should Liverpool sell him? Why would you sell one of the best goalkeepers in the world? Why? Okay, yeah, you signed Mamadishvili, but Alisson is still number one. But other than that, Liverpool were horrendous. Ball movement was terrible, couldn't counterattack. Salah was terrible, Jota was terrible, Diaz was terrible. Gravenberch, the guy has fallen off a cliff in the last couple of weeks. I think he's just tired. Even his pass in the second half that just went out of bounds, I was like, okay, just get Gravenberch off. Get him off. But PSG created the chances, and then Liverpool scammed their way to victory. One long ball over to Nunes. Little bit of patience by Darwin. Wonderful to see. Plays it to Elliot. And Elliot, I think it was like a minute or 30 seconds he was on the field, he gets the goal. And Elliot's had a frustrating season because he hasn't gotten the opportunities under Slot. I don't think Slot rates him highly as a player, but great impact from Harvey Elliott, where Liverpool just needed some impact from the bench. They got it. Darwin, impact from the bench. Elliot, impact from the bench. And somehow, like, even as like a neutral football fan, I try and be as neutral as possible, people. I'm sorry. I apologize to every football fan because if football was fair, PSG would have won this game. But that's the beauty of football. You can play all the great football. You can create all the glorious chances. But if you don't put the ball in the back of the net, you're going to get punished. And PSG got royally punished today. I kind of feel bad for PSG. I'm not going to lie. I kind of feel bad for them. I thought Dembele was sensational. I thought Nuno Mendes was unbelievable. Unbelievable performance from him. Kvara had his moments. Barcola, I thought could have been better. I thought Trent actually did really well on Barcola. But yeah, Vitinha, João Neves, I mean, those guys are just so good. Like, PSG played such good football, but they lost. Like, how can you really, analyze this game? You can just say, Liverpool scammed to victory. Arne Slot, if he lost this game, this team would have got crucified. for how they approached it and just the body language. Like, Liverpool didn't act like it was a UCL knockout round. They just thought, oh, PSG, okay, cool. We can just come here, maybe get a 1-0 loss, a draw, it'll be fine. But I don't think any Liverpool player is going to be like, hey, man, what a great performance, guys. Let's take it to Anfield. Now, this second leg going to Anfield, if you're PSG, you got to put the chances away. That's just the main thing for this team. You can score all the goals against Stade Brestois, Lille in 25 minutes, but in the Champions League in the knockout stages, you need to rise to the challenge. Today didn't rise to the challenge, but heck, remember last time around? They lost, I think it was to Barca in the quarterfinal. They lost the first leg at home, and then they obviously came back in the second leg after Araujo got the red card. So PSG can do it. There's no doubt about it. It's only one goal. There's no away goal, so PSG can definitely do this, but they had to win this game. I'm sorry, they had to win this game. Anfield is going to be very, very difficult for this young PSG team. They are still a young team. They're growing, but today, did they get humbled? I wouldn't say really humbled. I think they just got scammed. And if you're a Liverpool fan, how do you feel? Do you just like, wow, we got away with one there, guys? And I'm going to say that right here as a Liverpool fan. We got away with it, but heck, I'll take it. I'll take a 1-0 scammy victory. Sometimes it feels good, even though I feel a little bit dirty at the moment. So yeah, Liverpool win 1-0 in Paris. Let me know your thoughts, people. Do you think PSG can overturn it? Do you think Liverpool now got this tie wrapped up that is going back to Anfield? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But Liverpool definitely need to improve their performances because that was stinky. Then Bayern Munich 3-0 over Leverkusen. It's the first all Bundesliga clash in the Champions League since obviously the 2013 final between Dortmund and Bayern Munich. And wow, I must say, I thought I got this game really wrong. I thought Leverkusen, maybe the first leg, I would say that Bayern Munich would have won, maybe 2-1. It would very tight affair. I thought Leverkusen were going to have their opportunities. But Bayern Munich said, watch this. This is how we play football. And I said it like in the intro. That was a Bayern Munich performance from the 2010s. Bayern Munich easily beat the press of Leverkusen. Like, Leverkusen couldn't set up their press. Bayern Munich immediately got it from defense to attack within 2 passes or direct balls. It was great ball movement from Bayern Munich compared to the Celtic game where I thought they were slow and hesitant. It just didn't look like a good Bayern Munich team. And I think ever since that Celtic performance, this team has woken up. They must have gotten absolutely criticized from the German media to ESPN FC to everywhere around the media, including myself. I was like, what is this Bayern Munich team? But today, they balled out. They like, Kimmich was unbelievable. Olise got the assist to Kane. Kane getting the 2 goals. Kane hasn't missed a penalty, people, since the World Cup 2022 against France. How many penalties has he scored in a row? Like, that is an insane stat. This dude is beyond ice cold from the penalty spot. Musiala, I wasn't really good in the first half, but the second half, Musiala ball. That one last opportunity where he flicked it over Hincapié, Jogo Bonito, and Palhinha should have scored. That should have been the assist of the season from Jamal Musiala, but Palhinha missed it. But 3-0, Leverkusen, wow, that was bad. They just didn't know what to do with Bayern Munich, and Xabi Alonso's had their number, but today, that number got crushed, and Bayern Munich just got a couple numbers, and they hit the lotto, and they just played. Honestly, that was such a good performance. Like, we just want to see Bayern Munich. They obviously got the talented players, the Kanes, the Musiala, the Kimmiches, the Olises, the Davis, all of these wonderful players. But they just haven't been able to put a good performance, I think, in the Champions League, other than the 9-2 against Dinamo Zagreb. But this today, a statement victory for Vincent Kompany and his players. And for Leverkusen, they might have got humbled. They got humbled big time because that was, like, they just didn't raise their game. And they didn't show, like, Leverkusen didn't even show up. And you saw all the frustration on the bench from the Wirtz to Frimpong to Grimaldo. All the players were just frustrated because they didn't know what to do with the ball. If Frimpong converts that early chance in the first half, even though Neuer made a great save, maybe it could have been a different game because that would have been 1-1. But was that their only shot on target for Leverkusen? I think that's their only opportunity on goal. Yeah, they had 1 shot on target, and it was that Frimpong chance. That's it. Upamecano, by the way. Beckenbauer. That was an Upamecano performance because every time Wirtz got the ball, Upamecano, boom, like that. And he just didn't allow Wirtz any time on the ball. And I think it was just a great sort of tactical idea from Vincent Kompany. He knew his team just play quick, quick, quick. They were too slow against Leverkusen a couple weekends ago. Today, you just saw the ball movement was just intense, and that's how Bayern Munich should play every single game. Now, I think going away to Leverkusen, there might be a little bit more, okay, let's just sit back and hit Leverkusen on the counterattack, because obviously Leverkusen will have to come out and play because it's going to be 3-0 down. And I think this tie is wrapped up. Look at Bayern Munich at 2.98 XG and 6 shots on target. So they created the opportunities. Kovar, incredibly horrific mistake. Xabi Alonso making the ballsy decision to, obviously, he rotates a lot with his goalkeepers, but you're benching Radecki in one of these big games. At least Radecki has the experience in these big moments. Kovar is a young and decent goalkeeper, but he made a costly mistake. That makes it 2-0. And then, Bayern Munich just grew into the game, and Leverkusen just got humbled big time. And I wouldn't say this tie is over, but I would say it's like 90% done. 90% done. If Bayern Munich get that first goal, adios. But if Leverkusen get an early goal in the first 5 minutes, because remember, this team is just ridiculous under Xabi Alonso, so anything is possible, but you kind of feel like this tie is over. But I gotta say, I got this game completely wrong. Bayern Munich, kudos to them. Incredible performance. Leverkusen, they got a lot of work to do if they want to overturn this tie. But I think now everybody can speak highly of these players like the Olises, the Musialas, and Kimmich, who, he still hasn't signed his contract if he's going to stay at Bayern Munich or if he's going to PSG. But Kimmich today, bro, dude balled out. Absolutely balled out. Goretzka even had a good performance. Every Bayern Munich player had a really good performance. Can't knock them. Maybe Kingsley Coman, decent performance. But heck, that's the Champions League reaction for today, people. Obviously, Liverpool scamming a victory. Bayern Munich, dominant performance. And remember, tomorrow we'll be doing the live UCL round of 16 first leg reaction. So join me for that. We're going to be live about 2 p.m. UK time. We're going to talk about all 8 games, all the implications, all the storylines after the first leg. So join me for that tomorrow on the channel. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let me know your MVP of today's game. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. Till next time. Adios.